Hey Flosstube, it's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today is Friday, October 26th, and I'm back for a update, all things retreat, shop, stitchy, all the above. So, as many of you know, I went to the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat, the fall version, the one that just happened, and it was fantastic. I don't have any other stitchy retreats to compare it to. I do attend stitch-ins on occasion with the EGA, but nothing was quite the same as this. It's really dark here today. We've received some kind of bad weather off of the storm that is now a nor'easter in the northeast, but it came up through Mexico across the Gulf, and it's just been rainy and dark here for the past few days. So, gosh, I have so much to show you, so much to tell you, and I'm going to try to keep it brief just in the interest of time because, as you can imagine, me being out of pocket for 4 days really took some catching up, but it was such a labor of love because I would do it again. In fact, I am going to do it again. I will be at Midwest for fall of 2019. I did not sign up for May because we're going to market in March. May will be pretty quick on the heels of that, and I'm sure I'll have my hands full taking care of everything from market. But I'm so excited to go back. If I could explain the retreat, let me just take you through, I'm not going to go through all the things we did. Pam and Steph did an awesome video. A lot of other people have done videos. I know Felicity Stitches has a fantastic one. Linda Jo took wonderful pictures. We got in. Robbie and I flew in on Thursday, picked up the rental car, and darted to Stitchvillle, where we met Mama Joan, and then shopped for an hour or so before we had to run back and get Michelle Bendy Stitchy from the airport, which was insanity because that airport was crazy, but we found her, we got her, it was all good. She arrived safely. Then we went back to Stitchvillle. No. Did we go back to Stitchvillle that night? I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Did we go back Friday night? No. No, we didn't go back Friday night. We ended up going to dinner at the Mall of America where we met Mama Joan. Now, so Robbie and I saw her earlier, and then she met us back for dinner. I knew that the Mall of America was in Minnesota, but y'all, I don't know a lot about where things are that I haven't been to. I know that's so stereotypical of someone who hasn't. I've done quite a bit of traveling, but I have not done much Midwest traveling. So I knew it was in Minnesota, did not realize that it was like less than a mile from our hotel that we had the first night we were there. So we went to dinner, which was wonderful. We had to return back to the mall the next morning, which was an unexpected treat. We had a Starbucks. I'd say we walked probably about half of the mall. It's 4 or 5 levels. I shared lots of pictures on Instagram. We found a kilt store, which had a life-size Jamie Fraser in it, we had a giggle at that. There was a Carlo's Bakery, so I had a cannoli for breakfast. Yes, I did. It's vacation, and it was amazing. I've never had one of the Carlo's cannolis before, so I wanted to try it. I was not going to miss my opportunity to do that, and it was delicious. So, after we spent a couple hours at the mall that morning, we returned to Stitchvillle, this time with Michelle in tow. And we spent a good 2 or 3 hours there, and it was wonderful. Certainly could have spent more time there. Met some people that, you don't want to be like, so are you here for the retreat? Maybe they're just locals who are shopping in their LNS. So we didn't really, we met some people. We knew our tribe, of course, and we knew recognizable faces from Flosstube. But I was delighted that some of the people that we met that were shopping, I didn't want to come out and ask if they were going to retreat. Not only were they going to retreat, but a few of them were people we got to know really well. So that was awesome. The fabric was fantastic. I need no fabric, but I still got a few pieces, which I'll show you in a minute. I didn't need anything, but I wanted to hit the sale bins like everybody does, and I found a few hidden gems throughout the store too. So yeah, it was wonderful. We could have stayed there for hours, but we were starving at that point. I think by the time we left there, we were there for a couple hours. It goes by so fast. It's like when you're in a place that you love with people you love, yeah, it flew by. So then we went and checked in at the Oak Ridge Conference Center, which, if I could liken it to anything, I would say I felt like I was on a cruise ship. And I'll tell you why. Because we wanted for nothing. There were lots of stairs and levels, and there was constantly delicious food available. So it felt like kind of, for those of you who go on cruises, you know, it's kind of like your day is broke up just from one meal, one dining room to the next, and that's kind of how it felt. So I have to be good now that I'm back, because I ate a lot of cheese. The cheese in Minnesota, which I'm sure is also right there, I'm sure a lot of it's Wisconsin cheese. It was the best cheese I've ever had. I raved about it at the table till I was like a crazy person, but there's cheese at every meal, and it was delicious. Nothing like the junk that you can buy in the store here in Florida. So that was good. The food was delicious. As I said, we could want for nothing. Michelle Rudy, thank you, Farm Girl. You did a wonderful job. As I said, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I can't imagine how it could have went any smoother or been any better. Our rooms were great. The temperature and the everything was great. The temperature in the Stitchy area was perfect. We didn't go. A lot of people went back to Stitchvillle on Saturday. Once we committed to checking into our room and getting in, we just stayed because we didn't want to miss the time with our people, and we'd already done a lot of damage at Stitchvillle. I'm not going to go through all the freebies that were given to us. I will highlight a few gifts that I got. Yeah, because there was you guys have seen that we got an 1803 Ohio work basket, which I was like, where can I buy that at? And I didn't need to buy it. It was a retreat gift, so that was fantastic. And we got a bunch of other goodies. So let's see. When I met Mom Joan on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I had mentioned to her that, well, first of all, I was disappointed that she wasn't going to be at retreat and selling bags, but I got another bag from Lisa Nortman, so that was perfect, and I'm going to show that. But Joan was like, I have a bag for you anyway. So I got this bag from Joan, which was one that I'd been eyeballing on her Etsy shop forever and just didn't pull the trigger. And then, of course, when I had it in my hot little hands, I had to. So beautiful fabric there, and this is the interior's green. So that was my bag. In it is kitted up one of the charts I got at Stitchvillle. Now, this was a shop model, and Robbie and I were like, we were gobsmacked by it. We were gobblesmacked. That's what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this episode of my Flosstube channel Gobblesmacked at Stitchvillle. It was so cute. So I have ordered this for my shop. It should be here no later than Monday. So if y'all are into this, it's beautiful when it's stitched. The picture does not do it justice. And I love that Stitchvillle has these stickers that says model stitched, stitch model available at Stitchvillle, so you can see what it looks like. I paid full price for this one. I love it. I'm going to carry it in the shop. So, of course, I didn't have any of the flosses to go with it. I think I only had to buy a couple of fancy flosses. Swamp water and dried thyme, and whiskey and pecan. So I had to get those for the turkey, which I thought I would start, but as everyone has told me, don't expect to stitch much because you spend a lot of time talking, a lot of time visiting, and I have no regrets about that because I'm sorry about the lighting in here. It is so dark. Y'all can see, and it is like 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can see how dark it is outside. It's just weird. Weird weather, weird. I've got weird overhead lighting, and it is what it is. Anyway, so that's my Mama Joan bag and my Uber turkey. So that leads me right into a couple of other Mama Joan bags. So we had a door prize, so you got a ticket. You got to go into a room and select a door prize off of the table. I did not need any charts. There was some wonderful unicorn charts in there. There were some Blackbird books. There were just things that people, like nice items that people donated. And I found on the table another Mama Joan bag. I think this actually might have been donated by one of the ladies at my table. But I loved it. I love all things Christmas, and y'all know that I have a ton of project bags. I have a bit of an addiction, and I got some I've been getting them from Nani, but I haven't gotten a ton to Christmas yet, so I was excited about that. And then, as I said, Lisa Nortman was selling her bags at retreat, and they were so fantastic, and I was like, I do not need a single bag. Because now I had bought one from Joan. I had got one off of the door prize table from Joan. And then I'm going to drop everything, of course. And then Lisa had this one. Now her bags are bigger than Joan's. I have her. Here's her. This is Lisa's. I'm not going to pause this if you want her information. Lisa Nortman. Great price on these bags, beautifully stitched, super sharp corners. I mean, everything about it's perfect. Green sparkle interior fabric and vintagey looking Santas. So I was like, yes, please, I have to have that. And it's a little bit taller if this puts it. So it's just got a couple of inches on it. It's not a big deal. It's perfect. Joan's are perfect. Love everything about all of these bags. So that takes me right into the Stitchy Exchange. So my small's already put up. I received a beautiful pumpkin small, and I did a Brenda Gervais squirrel that went to Pam. So you can check that out on Pam and Steph's latest video. You'll see my finish there. But then there was a Stitchy gift exchange, which was a not stitched item, like a tool. I gifted a pair of wonderful scissors, and it was blind. So you got a number, you went to the table, you picked a bag, and you got what you got. And there was no stealing. There was stealing on the Stitchy, the smalls exchange, but I don't think one person stole, because we all love each other, and one package was as awesome as the next. And so, you know, if you stole something, you might miss something else awesome. So that's how that kind of went. But my Stitchy gift. So all these weird things happened throughout the weekend. Hold, please. That were like these little karma blessings that were happening to people. There are a ton. There's some involving Holly and Anita with the raffle. I'm sure they'll discuss on their video. The purple stitcher got Kathleen's rug, which was there's a whole connection there. And for me, when Joan returned to Stitchvillle with this bag for me, she came back on Saturday. She was like, I got 3 more bins of bags out in the trunk of the car if you want to flip through them. And then she ended up taking them into Stitchvillle for the customers that were in there to flip through. The owner of Stitchvillle was very generous and said, sure, bring them in. Let people look through them, see what you want to find. But I felt really obligated. By the time, so I bought and paid for this, and Robbie took it to the car, and then I saw all the other ones, and I could absolutely have bought I could have easily bought another 3 or 4 bags that were stunners that I loved, that I just was sad to leave behind. But in the interest of budget and plain old sense, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be happy with my pumpkin bag because I've been eyeballing it for a while. And I'm going to just know that it's a blessing that Joan was generous enough to drive back to Stitchvillle, bring it back to me. I'm going to be happy with this. So while I'm in Stitchvillle, you know, you're meeting a lot of other Stitchers, and Flosstube personalities were there, people that you may have, you know, seen but never talked to. And I spied LaDonna Snellbaker. So LaDonna is from Sampling of Memories. If y'all have not checked out her Etsy shop, please do. I'm sure she has an Etsy shop. She makes these amazing little fobs. She's wonderful, and she's the sweetest thing. And I brought a chart of hers that I bought off of her Etsy shop. She doesn't have a ton of charts that she's designed, but the one that she has designed, I think I've showed it. Oh, I just dropped something. I think I may have showed it to y'all before. I didn't even bring it in here. Ain't that a shame? Oh my word. I'm a mess. Anyway, it says, I want to bake, like, I think it says I want to bake all day, watch Christmas movie, or I want to bake all the things, watch Christmas movies, and stitch all day. It is fantastic. And it has two little gingerbread men. It's in the living room, so I don't want to have to get up and leave y'all, because I don't know how to pause the video while it's recording. I just haven't learned it. I haven't learned all the editing. It's not that I don't have time or that I'm not interested. I just haven't taken the time to figure it all out. Anyway, LaDonna was there. I was like, oh, this, you know, I don't want to be weird, but I love your stuff. And her hands were full, and I was helping her. Joan had these big totes of bags, or cubes of bags, and they were all standing up nice and neatly, and I was kind of holding them back for her so she could flip through, and we went through all the bags. And I didn't have anything better to do, and I was happy to just be talking to her. Sorry, my phone should be on. Oh. So I'm flipping through, and I landed on this one. It says Minnesota. For real. I mean, look at this. And I was like, oh man, I really want this bag. I totally should get it. Yeah. But one of those weird little karma things that happened to me was when I did the Stitchy gift exchange, not the Smalls exchange. I picked up this pink glittery bag because it was different than all the other ones. And I opened it up, and this was in it. So I had brought LaDonna's chart. I had met LaDonna at Stitchvillle and was a little, shy because I didn't want to be like, hey, I brought your chart to stitch. And she was just so sweet. You know, you don't want to make it weird. So I was so excited. So I opened this up, and inside were Pat's favorite needles. You guys know I don't stitch with anything else besides Pat's favorite needles. Like, I don't. Unless it's an absolute airplane emergency or something. I would not choose to stitch with any other needle. And there was a cube of thread magic, which, yes, please, always need that. And these are what I was talking about, her fobs. Look how glorious these are. I don't know if it's gonna... Oh, it's so cute. And it has a crown and a button, and it's so cute. So that's Sampling of Memories. There's all LaDonna's info. Y'all, it was just crazy. I couldn't believe it. So, what did I stitch while I was there? I stitched on my Santa, which I'm going to show, and I stitched on this brand new Dear Joy by Barbara Anna. Michelle Garrett and I are both stitching this. I have a few. I may not have any left on the shop, but I have more coming in today. So don't worry. Continue to check the shop between now and Monday. They're first come, first serve. I'm not doing any kind of pre-orders unless I've already talked to you, because that gets so hairy with I don't like to take people's money if I don't have the item in stock. Sometimes I mess up inventory and sometimes things happen. I'm human, but I don't do it intentionally. That's the benefit of shopping with me, is you don't have to worry about me doing that. But so I was like, Michelle, I love this chart. I'm not crazy about the colors. They're not my style. I'm going to change them all up. She said, I love it just like it is. So guess what we did? I'm stitching it just like it is, and she's changed all the colors. So you can find her conversion and her colors on Bendy Stitchy. Okay, so here's how far I got. I bought this fabric at, I just slung my needle. I bought this fabric at Stitchvillle because it's opalescent, it's 36 count, and it is like tea coffee dyed. So you can't see too well, but that's how far I got on her. So I'm about to hit the fun part. I'm stitching this 1/2, and it's so hard to stitch there because you just want to talk to everybody, and we did a lot of talking. A lot. More than usual. So I stitched on that, and then this is my Santa, my Lily Violet. That's what I dropped on the floor, so I don't have the pattern to show you, but that's how far I've gotten. Lots of fill. Deceptively, there's a lot of stitches, but I'm real happy with how my white looks. There's a few bumpy areas in there, but for the most part, I was happy with that. Worked on this on the plane because I could just fill in, and I worked on this here at home since I've been back, but haven't had a lot of time because, school and family and shop. So this little guy's coming together. I hope to have him done by the next time I have a video. Fully finished, probably, who knows when, but, all right. Freebie table goodies. I have a few things to share, and there's probably more things in the bag, but I got this Lizzie Kate because it's patriotic and it's so cute. I love it. That was on the freebie table. And I have suddenly become a little obsessed with Alessandra Adelaide, and let me tell you why. This was on the freebie table as well. Because they have models of these stitched at Stitchvillle, and incredible. So I can totally change the colors up of this. I probably won't do it blue. I'm thinking I'm going to do it maybe all in green, or maybe in green with red baubles. I don't know. Who knows what I'll do with it, or when I'll do it, or if I'll do it. But I loved it. And then this was not my style, typically. But, sometimes you just see something and you're like, yeah, I love Leisure Arts charts. It's kind of something that, I don't know. I blame Robbie. I'm just going to say that. She stitched some beautiful things. She has some beautiful things. Jen Reagan from Jen Stitchy Niche, she brought me some Leisure Art books, of which I kept 2 and gifted 2 because they would have made my baggage overweight, and I had some of them already. I didn't have the same books, but I had some charts from the books. So pass those on to Robin, my new friend from my table, who also works at Stitchvillle. Hey, Robin. But I picked up this. Southern Magnolias. I mean, right? Of course. There is this, which I mean, my hair is a hot mess. I know somebody commented that I really should do something with my hair before video, but it's like 95% humidity, bouncing between 95% humidity and raining here today, so there's nothing to be done with my hair. Steel Magnolias. Southern Magnolias. I just love it. I love this. I love this one. I have aspirations, y'all. We'll see. It was stitched on 28. It's only 137 by 152. So that's doable, right? Agree with me, please. So that came off the table. And then these guys. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. They're called the Tall Guys. Holiday Sparrow Designs. And I'm just going to go through them quickly because they're so cute. So this is Butch Bake and Make. The Garden Gang. Pedal Pushers. Scary Crows. I loved it. Look at just the pumpkins. I mean, I love how it's finished. We Three Kings. Look at the colors in that. How big are these? That's funny. That's like the first place I go now. How big is this? 73 by 119. I got that all day long. How many? There's some Krynick. Not a lot. Maybe 12 colors. Berman. Picnic Pals. So, if anybody out there in the Stitch world has Boo Guys, I don't think I have Boo Guys, do I? Nope. Boo Guys, Fall Guys, or Kringle's Crew. I'm on the hunt. And then I'll have them all because somebody very generously donated them and I wanted to keep them together. Okay. We were gifted this. Super cute. Let's see. It's a freebie chart and you stitch one of these leaf charts and suspend it from this little cookie cutter. So that was the sweetest thing ever. Loved it. And all 75 of the 74 attendees were gifted one of those, which was wonderful. Alright, here's my bag of goods. Some of this stuff, like I said, I'm not going to go through because y'all have seen it on everybody else's videos. Forgive me while I get my life together. Okay, Teresa Vanette our very own kitten stitcher, did bring me this thread keep with the bird on it. And she was like, he's not wearing clothes, but he is beautiful. She brought me that, and then she had this set of the set of 3 little hand-dyed bags that she brought to me. So that was lovely. Thank you very much, Teresa. I love everything about it. Let's see. Y'all, I got so much junk. It's not junk. God forgive me. I did not mean that. I've got so many things in here. Trying to sort through what was on the table, what was gifted. This was on the freebie table. I love Hummels. I don't know when or if I'll ever stitch any of these, but it's a Hummel designer book, so I took that. I think the rest of this is Stitchvillle haul, and this guy was on the freebie table. I did deposit onto the freebie table too. In fact, a couple of my charts never made it from my table to the freebie table because people walked over and said, "Can I have those?" Sure, that's what they're there for. But look at that. I'm not going to do the fuzzy stuff. I probably already know that, but I love Santas that are patchworky. I love Santas that are in any way, shape, or form. Let's be honest. Okay, I think that's all. There were other freebies. There was a gift bag. We've been, I know, like I said, Pam and Steph went through that, so we all got the same thing, or a very close version of it. So, this is stuff I bought at this is haul from the discount, and also from the full price. I love this. This is By the Bay. There was lots of By the Bay in the sales bins. This is Colonial Wedding Sampler number 1. Look how cute that is, y'all. Love it. Sweet treats. So, I don't really eat tarts or ice cream too much, but I think I'm going to do the top 3. I'm going to do cupcakes, cake, and pie. And just make that into a flat fold and hang it in the kitchen. Cute, huh? By the Bay Colonial Harbor. Prairie Moon Halloween wood boxes. I love this guy. He's creepy. So got some Prairie Moon. Pennsylvania Pinwheel. I have to do this in silk. I'm going to do some like different colorway. I just don't know what yet. If y'all have any ideas, post them below. I love it. It only takes 3 colors. So 3 colors. Look at all those birds. And there's an alphabet. You know I'm in on all that. I really am into Heart and Hand and lately, and I just love this. Let the Hunt Begin. It's a pumpkin hunt. Carriage House Samplings. A Happy Halloween. Because that's adorable. I did alright, y'all, huh? In that section. This was stitched as a model. I'm obsessed with this because y'all know how I feel about my Charlie Harper. Look at that. Claire de Lune. The little loons are hitching a ride. I already know what fabric I'm going to do this on. I've already got it pulled out. I'm going to do this on 16 count pewter. Now that I look at it, I wonder if I should do it. It has little, you can see barely, it has little like French knots, but maybe I could do it in opalescent blue. I don't know. So I bonded with Anita over Charlie Harper. So I'm going to send her some of my duplicates because I got a few duplicates because I bought some lots on eBay and I couldn't pass them up, and sometimes I had extras of the same one. So I'm going to pass them on to somebody who would love them. And this is my final thing I got out of the bargain bin, and probably my favorite. Look at that. Hattie Jane Cahill, 1826. I mean, I can't. Look at that. So cute. So, that's on the list, y'all. So, that's all my not freebie. That's all my half price stuff. And then, what I bought, full price was Uber Turkey, which I showed you already. And then they had Rosa Sharon and Maidens of the Seasons 2. So I still need Maiden of the Season 1. I'm just not ready to pay a zillion dollars for it because you know what? These were $15 each, which is mirabilious pricing, standard pricing. So got 2 of those. So couldn't pass those up. Was super excited. Lots of other goods in here, but it's more of, more of stuff you've already seen through other people's videos. So I don't want to, I want to spare you rifling through all of that. 2 pieces of fabric I did buy. I bought this one piece because it's Dames of the Needle. It's not showing true, but it's like it's very green in here today. It's a coppery, it's like a copper penny with a little bit of green in it. And I don't know that there's any way that I can put any, oh, that's truer. See, that's kind of like a coppery color. Anyway, it's Dames of the Needle Smashing Jack. So I thought that was fantastic. That had to come home with me. So just a small piece. I'll find something lovely to do on that. Maybe. Maybe Let the Hunt Begin. That would be really cool on that. So that's a maybe. And then, if y'all have watched the sleepover that Lisa had with Farm Girl and Lori Textilist, they did some fabric dyeing, and this was one of the pieces that was a result of that fabric dyeing. And Michelle bought it, and then she split it 3 ways between me, her, and Robbie. So we're going to put something on this to commemorate our trip, because it was just full of giggles and laughs. And I told Michelle, I felt like we were all college sorority sisters who have dispersed and moved to different parts throughout the country, and that we were back reunited. Even though many of us, it was the first time we'd ever seen each other in the flesh. So that was just a wonderful blessing. I know I'm going to have the FOMO when everybody goes the people who are going back to the May retreat. I just can't swing it, and I don't want to extend myself like that when I'm going to just be coming back off a market. I want to make myself available to my customers and to, my friends. But October is definitely happening again. So that's a wrap on the stuff from retreat. It's everywhere. People have asked me, like, what was your favorite moment? I think one of my favorite things was just the weird sensation that first time that you meet somebody in person who you've chatted with on Instagram or through comments, or maybe you haven't really even engaged with them much at all, but you've listened to their voice for all this time. They've been in my living room, in my kitchen. I've watched their progress develop on projects and listened to their life updates. And now I'm standing right here and hugging and high-fiving. And that was wonderful. I know I will never have that same experience again, because now I feel like some of these ladies are my friends. And now the next time I see them, it won't be that weird, like, connection with the first time we're meeting, but it'll just be a reunion, which will be awesome. Too many people to even mention. I did post pictures on Instagram. I loved the people at my table. Kelly Stodola from That's So Kelly Co. and the Joan and Kelly show was there. She was sickly, but she powered through, and I think she felt a little better as the days went on, and it was wonderful to sit with her. We just had I had me, Robbie, Kelly, Robin, Chrissy, and Denise all at my table, and they were just lovely, like the perfect people. And people bounced in and out, and Colette it was wonderful to meet her in person. Hey, Colette. She made it a point to, I loved that she got up and moved from table to table. I had too much junk to do that, and I was so distracted by everything that I would have got even less stitching done. But it was wonderful, and so I'm so happy she did that. Lots of pictures, lots of hugs. It was great to meet everyone. I think that I can't wait to do it again. And I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth and say that I'm going to have a retreat here in Florida or not. But I would say I would be really interested in having a small get-together of some people and maybe rent a house, doing a small-scale, stitching weekend here at the coast would be awesome. So that's in the wheel that's turning. I don't know how that'll ever pan out, but you never know, right? I had that thought one time that I might start a shop, and here I am. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted on that. So that's it for personal stuff. Tonight is the local high school rival game. So y'all say throw a prayer up for Sarah and all of the Navarre High School Raiders as they have their rival football game against the Gulf Breeze Dolphins. And it's Beat the Breeze night. So the whole town, Friday Night Lights in the South, the whole town is stirred up about it. Dan and I are staying in because we've gone to 2 or 3 games this season, and we have been drenched every one of them, and we're still getting some bands off of that storm that's made its way to the northeast. We're still getting rain from that. So we're going to bow out and let Sarah do her thing and have fun. So we'll say a prayer that those kids have a great and safe time. And that's all that's going on at home. So I'm going to do a quick shop update real quick. because I have stuff to do and I want to stitch and I have to do my homework. So I got to do my thing first. All right, I'm going to just flip through this box. What I have here real quick, this stuff is mostly listed online already. Merry Making Minnie, Merry Christmas. And it comes with the beads that you need. It's super, like, I don't know, it's like retro and cute, and I love how it's finished. So I want to stitch this. The pattern is itty bitty. So that's on my list. I think I showed Sadie Wood last week. Barbara Anna. She's super cool though. Look at that butterfly. The Lord is my shepherd. Look at that. I'm going to do a Mirabilia flash real quick. Whenever the new Mirabilia, which is the Lady Justice, whenever it was released, I scooped up a bunch. Thank y'all who did pre-orders. Everyone's is in the mail. I did not buy extra embellishments. Everybody who ordered them, you got yours, of course. I didn't buy extra embellishments because I was left sitting on some in the past. So if that's something that you're interested to and you're not going to stitch this like tomorrow and you want me to pick up embellishments, just shoot me a message and let me know and I can add them to my next order. But that is Lady Justice, and she's so cool because Lady Justice is blindfolded. She's got the scales. She's got the sword. Well, Justice should be blind. We've learned that that's not always the case, but that is stunning. So that's on the shop. I bought a few of these because I just have this gut feeling, Cinderella, that this will be going out of print. I know some people say, oh no, you got plenty of time. This was just released in... Does it have the year on it? It probably does, but I don't open them. 2013, we're good. That's not going to go out of print anytime soon. Never know. So I grabbed a few because I think it's so cool, and I know I have some Disney fans out there and some Cinderella fans. So it's not Disney official merch, but it's pretty cool. There's a Cinderella, there's a castle, and there's a glass slipper. So I've showed this one before, Golden Girls. I've got more in stock because I sold out so fast. Michelle and I will be stitching this. I think I've got 2 or 3 other people that have said yes please to a stitch along. Heavy coverage, y'all, but blocky and easy, and there is all DMC and 4 beads. So I think even I'm not too scared of that. I have Summer Queen. Again, you hear it all the time. Don't worry about it going out of print, but Autumn Queen's out of print. Spring Queen's out of print. Spring Queen? Yeah. So I went ahead and snatched up some Summer Queens because those will undoubtedly follow suit, and Winter Queen as well. So Autumn and Spring are done out of print, so I have the other 2. And because I couldn't resist him for myself, I bought some Santas. I mean, will you look at the color on that? Here's the thing. I was texting Robbie last night, and I was like, when you love Santas, but you don't like stitching in white, it's a struggle. Because what are you going to do? You can't have a Santa without a beard. Yeah. I bought some Anchor White. I'm going to try that because y'all know how I feel about Anchor Black. I'm going to try the Anchor White and see if that does me any favors. I have a couple of orders that are still right here. There was two people, I think, that have orders that I'm waiting on a shipment today to fulfill your order because there was a clerical error somewhere on my part, which is 101. They don't happen often, but all I could do when they do is own it and apologize and say I miscounted, but I did. So, but don't worry, your stuff's coming. I ordered more of the part 1 of this. I was like, I'm not ever going to carry Tiny Modernist because I'm not into the little bitsy people. And then I saw the Haunted Mansion and had serious, like, regret that I didn't do it. So I bought I had Haunted Mansion for the shop, but I was like, I'm not going to do it for myself. but then I saw this. So I have ordered more of part 1. This is, or this says room 1, part 2. Okay, so I've already had the outline, which you get in part 1, and then the first room is a little dining room. So I have those. More part 1s will probably be here by the time y'all see this video, and they'll be uploaded. I'm on auto with Beth Twist, so y'all get a load of these. This is called Mistletoe, Tinsel, and Jingles. And it's just so gorgeous. And you can finish these on shaker boxes, but you don't have to. But she gives awesome directions and says that she has a tutorial video coming soon if it's not already uploaded. And then the fobs for Christmas. Look at the little red bird. So we have those all added. I've added most of the stuff, but it's legit just here in a box in the kitchen because I haven't gotten any further than that. Okay, this will be quick. So, Happy Christmas Row has been restocked. I know you guys saw me do this, and so many of you asked for me to carry it. I sold out in an hour, and I just got more, so got plenty of those. Eat Crow. We've seen this. We love it. I love the color of that. Colonial Copper. It's pretty. Eat Crow. Crone on the Hill. Look at the birds in flight. That is fantastic. I love this. And Buzz Off. He's basically an animal wearing clothes, right? He's got accoutrement on. The flowers, though. I mean, what a fun stitch. Not that many colors either. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 colors. Brilliant design. Noah's Ark 5. Hyenas and sheep. Hyenas. I love how they're random. Like pandas. One of them was pandas. Okay, and I just have a good supply of these. So, y'all, don't worry. We got you covered on those. And the last chart that I'm going to show, Sir William Black. If you'll remember, Miss Isabella Black was a hit. I hope this is my screen grab because, I mean, he is so fantastic. I love him. So, Sir William Black, Scattered Seed Samplery. That's all. He just hit the floor. He just scattered. That's all the shop updates for now. I have so much coming in, guys. There was a big release. Thank you all so much for your participation in my sale. I had a 20% off sale, and in an effort to kind of clear out some of the stuff that I had, it was a huge success. It took me... I ran this sale while I was gone. So for those of you who have never shopped with me before and you were like, wow, it took me like 5 days before she shipped that, it's because I was out of town, which I did post about that I wouldn't be here, so I wouldn't have the same turn time as usual. But all things considered, it's all posted with the exception of 2 orders that are waiting on 1 chart each, and they will go out. And I will tell you, it was fun. It was exciting. It was great to see people select some things I think have gotten down in the shop archives a little bit already and may have been forgotten, because I have some really cool charts. I have some cool charts that you don't see everywhere. So I encourage you to really scroll through the shop. The last thing I want to say about the shop is, in an effort to maintain a competitive position, I've decided to, on most charts, match the 1, 2, 3 stitch price. I will not do it on every chart, and I will tell you why. Is because, as I've discussed before, several designers, there's a handful, I shouldn't say several, that's not fair. A handful of designers specifically reach out to shop owners and have specifically reached out to me and said, please do not discount my charts. It's my work. It's my passion. They're set at a price point that is fair, and that's what I would like for you to sell them at. And now those designers typically don't mind if you run a coupon or a free shipping or something, nothing like that. But I'm talking about marking them down by 10 or 15% regularly. So if you're scrolling through and you're like, hey, why is this chart not on sale, but this one is? It's because I'm honoring the wishes of a designer. That's it. But otherwise, the ones who haven't put that stipulation out there and you see their charts everywhere, like, I don't blame y'all from shopping at 123 Stitch whenever, you know, you've got some things to do. They're generally 10% off, but I will tell you, they're pretty good about it. But some other shops may make the cost of that up in their shipping. I don't do that, as you know. So anyway, if you needed another excuse to shop at Gulf Coast Stitches, there it is. There's another excuse for you. Most of the things are going to be marked down a little bit in an effort to maintain a competitive position. Yeah. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. Spend time with your family and your loved ones. Think about all the kids out there who are doing their best to get through school this year. I'm right there with them. And I wish you a great weekend. I hope y'all will come back and visit me soon. Bye.